Okay, so story time. By the way, go to @glambyhelen on Instagram and send me your story. You may be featured. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. My best friend stole from literally everyone. Like, it was kind of a problem. Well, there was this one time she stole a $50 bill from our teacher's wallet. I have no clue how she didn't get caught. Anyways, we lived in a small town in Florida. So we'll call my best friend Destiny. Well, Destiny's mom was kind of short and her dad was really tall. I promise this plays into the story. Anyways, long story short, Destiny took after her dad and her sister took after her mom. So she was like hella tall. So anyway, she asked me to walk to the Jifty store in our town. So I didn't think anything of it, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Went inside and she told me to come with her straight to the register. I was kind of confused, but I just rolled with it. As soon as she walked up to the register, she pulls out her sister's wallet and I recognized it immediately. Then she pulls out a lottery ticket that had $6,000 on it. Like for part 2. Okay, so part 2. So anyway, she pulled out a $6,000 lottery ticket. Like she won it. Like there was $6,000 on that ticket. Well, anyways, the lady said I need to see your ID. Obviously, she was like underage, but she looked so much older than what she was. So she pulls out her sister's ID and gives it to the cashier. And she walked out of that store with $6,000 in her hand. I yelled at her the entire way to her house. Then we finally got up there and she told me to shut up. Kind of rude. Whatever. I didn't want to get into trouble, so I did. Then she slips her sister's wallet back in her purse. And then she told me that we would go shopping the next day for everything. I mean, kind of fun though. I went straight home and I told my Nana. And my Nana told her dad. And her sister didn't even know it was gone. And then the next day, my best friend literally came to school with her dad. Then her dad started talking on the intercom. Like to the whole school. Like for part 3. Okay, so part 3. So her dad literally went and talked into the intercom. I don't even know how he got past the principal. Anyways, he started saying stuff about her. Like stuff that would embarrass her. For example, like how she stole all that money, picked her boogers, and he even told the entire school who she liked. FYI, she did tell her dad all these things. And the entire school never looked at her the same way. She got bullied everywhere she went. I mean, that's payback, right?
Story of the time I faked having a belly ring. So growing up, my parents were really strict and I was never allowed to have piercings. Not even my ears pierced. And in 8th grade, everyone was getting their belly button pierced. I still didn't even have my ears pierced, so obviously I was feeling a little bit left out. So I started doing a bunch of research online how to make a fake belly ring. And I came across a video of a girl who had a real belly ring, but she used eyelash glue and just glued it onto her belly button. So I tried it and it did work, but the eyelash glue wasn't very strong, so it kept falling off. And this is around the same time that I started practicing doing nails at home and stuff. So I had a lot of nail glue laying around the house. So I said to myself, this might work a little bit better than eyelash glue, wouldn't it? So for the next few months, I super glued the belly button ring to my belly button. I ended up having a very bad rash after a short amount of time. And I knew it was time to stop when a girl who actually had her belly button pierced came up to me and was like, that looks infected.
There was this one girl in middle school who used to like bully me. You know what? I can't really call it bullying because she wasn't even in any of my classes. It was just like lunch or like, well, anytime she saw me, I don't know. She just had. I avoided her at all costs. What does that mean? I was the most drama-free kid. And in middle school, that was probably my most quiet. I don't know what I did to her. She was a new student, and I think she was in my grade. But she scared me. And it wasn't because she dressed differently or she would say something. It's because she would always confront me. It's like she always wanted to make me uncomfortable on purpose. So one day we had like an advisory meeting. She was there, of course, sitting at my table. I noticed her and ignored her and just did what everybody else was doing. Starts engaging with me. And context, I had just gotten this brand new Walmart dress. Well, it wasn't really a dress. It was something. And I was really proud of it. It had like 50 colors and it was really cool. By the way, this is like 6th grade. And I don't usually wear like dress type things to school. Again, it's not really a dress. It was like a shirt, but it was like a dress. So the one day I decided to like dress up a little bit, this girl happened to see me. I was like, Of course, she starts commenting on it. Where did you get that? That looks cheap. And of course I say Walmart. Because I ain't no liar. And her aesthetic was like all black, which is fine. That's like my aesthetic right now. But she was not making it easy. So I was like, getting into like a shell. These two girls that I'd known forever. Popular girls, everybody liked them. I always stayed away from them because I felt like they just never vibed with me. Like they were too cool for me, I guess. I would just ruin whatever they had going on. Anyway, these two girls were listening to this whole thing and they step in. What do you mean? Her dress is really cool. What's wrong with you? Why are you bothering her? This is my face. I was shocked. Like, what? Hey, you can come sit with us. So I kind of like scooch my chair away from her and I go sit with these girls. And I'm just as uncomfortable because I don't really know them either. But I've observed them and I just knew that like I would never be comfortable with them. But they took me under their wing immediately. I don't know what her problem was. Your dress is really cute. Like, where did you get it? Like, that's really nice. And it just made me so happy. Yeah, after that, I never saw that mean girl again. Either way, I hope she's doing well.
I'm getting married at the end of July. My sister, 29, is my matron of honor and she's currently pregnant with her 4th child. Her due date is a few weeks before my wedding and I could not be more excited to meet my new nephew. However, she has been making some comments that are a bit worrying to me. She has repeatedly told me that she's going to hold her new baby as she walks down the aisle, regardless of my thoughts, despite the fact that her husband will be at the wedding and able to hold the baby. She plans to hold her baby during the ceremony and even feed him if she needs to. This is not a long Catholic wedding ceremony, just a regular old cutesy outdoor wedding. Probably 20 minutes long. I told her she should feel welcome to have her new little baby with her during the day while we are getting ready, but when it comes down to walking the aisle, I would not like her to be holding the baby. The baby could cry, poop, need to eat, etc. And she has insisted that she'll be holding her baby during the wedding, otherwise she will not be in the wedding. My sister has insisted that she will be holding her baby during the wedding, otherwise she won't be attending. In addition to the baby holding dilemma, she has jokingly told me that she will call me a bad aunt in her wedding speech, or she will get her other kids to object in the middle of my wedding. I think she's trying to be funny, but all of these comments are frustrating and hurting my feelings.
This is part 1 of things that my strict parents didn't let me do, but I somehow found out a way to do it anyway. Or something like it. So growing up, my parents never let me go trick-or-treating because they believe that it's the devil's holiday. They didn't want to participate in any way, so they also put a sign on the front door that says, "Sorry kids, no trick-or-treat." The only thing they allowed me to do in elementary school was wear a costume to school because, I had to go to school, so they felt bad to leave me out. And of course I would beg them every single year if I can go trick-or-treating, but they always said no. One year I even gathered all the candies in the bottom of my candy drawer and put them in a shoebox and handed them out to people. Stale, nasty candy. I don't even know why they let me do that. And my parents would always let me go on walks on my street, but never on Halloween, just in case. So every single year on November 1st, I would take a walk all the way up and down my street, probably take like 3 laps just to be safe, and I would find candy that kids dropped while they were trick-or-treating on the ground, and I would take them home, and I would eat them.